Welcome to Solutions Studio. This is a free series on C programming language. If you like these videos, please subscribe to follow along with this series. Also, please like and leave a comment and share the video to help spread this series. Hello and welcome to this episode, and in this episode we have yet another exercise for you that is a dice rolling. So write a program that simulates rolling 2 dice. The program should use the rand function twice to roll the first and second die, respectively. Then calculate their sum. Because each die can have an integer value from 1 to 6, the sum of the values will vary from 2 to 12, with 7 being the most frequent sum and 2 and 6 the least frequent sums. The following diagram shows the 36 possible combinations of the 2 dice. Your program should roll the 2 dice 36,000 times. Use a one-dimensional array to tally the number of times each possible sum appears. Print the results in tabular format. Also determine whether the totals are reasonable. For example, there are 6 ways to roll a 7, so approximately 1/6 of all rolls should be 7. And that's it. Go on and try to solve this problem and come back to this video for the solution. Hello and welcome back, and this is the solution to the problem that we discussed about. In this program we have these functions. The first function, roll dice and return sum. Let's go and see this function. This function is going to roll 1 dice and it's going to roll another dice, and we'll finally add the result of the rolls of these 2 dices into sum, and we'll return the sum as an integer. Now let's go to the main function and see that we have an array which is called combinations, and the combinations array will have 13 elements. We will use the indexes from 2 to 12 to store the number of occurrences of these dices, but we will not use the 0th and the 1th index of this combinations array. Then we are going to this for loop. This for loop is going to count from 1 and it will go 36,000 times, and for each time it will roll the dice and will return the sum of these dices, and it will store it here in the combinations array. And finally we are going to use this print array function to print the combinations array, and this 13 is the size of the array. Now let's go and see how this print array function works. This print array function, it will start from 2. As we said, we are going to ignore index 0 and 1 and we'll start from 2 always. So it will start from 2, it will go to the end of the array, and it will print the number of rows for each one of the dices and also the percentage that these values make. We find the percentage using the determine percentage function. This function takes an array and it will also take the size of the array, and it will take an index as well. And for this value of this index, it will find the percentage. Initially the percentage is 0. Then we are going to divide the real value of that index, which is stored in this array, and we will divide it by 36,000 and we will multiply it by 100 to get the percentage, and finally we will get the percentage and print the percentage in here. And that's it. Let's go and run this program and you will see the results. Now as you can see that the dice has been rolled 36,000 times, and the many times that the sum has become 2, it has been 9,968 times, and that makes the 2.77% of the number of times that the rolls of the dice has yielded in the result of 2. And you can see that for numbers like 7, the percentage is quite high. And that's it for this episode. I hope this has been informative for you, and I would like to see you in the coming episodes. Stay tuned.